Hello, Nigel here with you, Nigel's Fiat 131, and I think this is video 39, is it, or is this 40? I should have checked, shouldn't I? I always say that. Anyway, a bit of a different setting, and as you may be able to hear, I've got a bit of a cold. It's gone into my head now. I haven't really been doing much, to be honest. I went out in the garage yesterday. Today's Thursday, the 16th of October 2025. I went out in the garage yesterday, used the plasma cutter, was going to be filming, but I just, you know how it is when you've got, I just couldn't be bothered. So I've made the brackets for the front of the car where we're going to go on the rotisserie, and I've now made the plates to go on the rear. I can't use the original bumper mounts because they're all, I'll show you that in another video. But yeah, designed that, made that, got the tubing in now for the frames, so we're good to go. So I don't intend to get the car onto the rotisserie anytime soon. I just want to get the frames made so that when I decide, it's just a case of bolt it on, job done. Been speaking to Kevin up at Rally Sport Developments. He's going to be sending me some photographs, I hope, and some dimensions and stuff. As I've said before, please don't ask me for any of that information. I am honoured that Kevin is actually sharing his work with me, and I'm not prepared to share that with anyone else, so please don't ask. And I've made that quite clear to him and Gabrielle as well. So, oh, hi Gabrielle, I know you watch these videos. I didn't realise you were still watching them, but hello. Gabrielle is the lovely Italian guy who oversaw the purchase of my car from Italy. Basically, I gave thousands of pounds to a man I never met for a car I'd never seen. But Gabrielle made sure it all went very smoothly for me, so thank you very much. And at the time, I hadn't even met Gabrielle either, so what a lovely, lovely guy he is. I want to say hi to Mum. I know my mum watches the videos, and Paul, I think. So hi there to you guys. Paul, you'll see your rags in use, I think, in the garage, so you'll enjoy that. So anyway, today's video, as you can see, is a little bit of a different setting. This is my modelling room, and this is where I do my major channel from, Nigel's Modelling Bench, with, what is it, 33,000, nearly 33,000 subscribers now. And basically make scale models of all sorts of different types and that. I haven't done a lot of work on that channel of late because I've been spending so much time in the garage with the 131. But now that it's starting to get darker and colder, I'll be spending more time here. So I thought I'd put together maybe a video, 2, 3, 4, whatever you want, of 131 Abarth models. So what I'm going to do is just quickly run through a couple that are available. There are others, but I'll just quickly run through a couple that are available for you. And then if you want to perhaps go and get yourself one and make a model of a Fiat 131 Abarth, then you can. The first one we can look at is this one here. This is probably the most commonly available 131 Abarth on the market. This is actually an old Esci kit. If you're not familiar with models, Esci, E-S-C-I. They were the original producer of it. And it's also been boxed by Humbrol, Revell, and as you can see here, Italeri. And these days, in 2025, this is the most common available one you'll see. This is the French scheme, which is absolutely beautiful. It's got lovely decals, and it's also got some rubber mud flaps as well, so it's nice if you want that aspect of things. If you do see the old Esci kits or even the old Humbrol kits, they may be a good price. They may have collector's value, they may have some nostalgic value for you, but please bear in mind, if they are that old, and to be an Esci kit it has to be old, the decals will be absolutely shot. So if I were you, if you want to build one, use the decals in the box and make it look all pretty, then you're better off going and getting yourself one from Amazon, where you know you're getting new stock, or from a model shop like Jadlam, something like that. Jadlam in the UK there. I'll put a link down to Jadlam in the link below, in the description below. But basically, yeah, Jadlam will have all new stock. There's no old stock sitting around on the shelves. It's all fresh. So this is your first option. I think they're about £35. But you can see it's, if you want to see a full proper review of it, I think there's one over on my channel. But if not, I'll do one for you. Let me know, please. I'm asking you lots of questions in this video. If you want to see models on the channel, let me know. If you want to see a review of the kits I show you today, let me know. And if you don't want to see it, if you really would just wish I kept models off the channel, please let me know. This isn't a massive channel at the moment. I know we've got 21 subscribers in the last 48 hours. Thank you very much, guys. but this isn't it's not a massive channel, but I will take the opinions of the voices, you know. So if 30 people say no and 20 people say yes, then no it is, and the models can go to the modelling channel. If 30 people say yes and 29 people say no, modelling's coming on here. So that's how it's going to work. And I'm going to keep holding this up in my face and put my fingers over the top. It's that little thing there. So anyway, so there's the Italeri, Revell, Humbrol, Eschi version. You can get this currently in this scheme, and you can get the, you know, the 1980 Monte Carlo scheme, the blue. The only trouble is slight inaccuracies. This French car, they've got the common sort of larger inner headlights. As we all know, the French cars didn't have that. They had the 4 standard CL type headlights. All of the models here that I show you today, yes, all of the models here have the old T-shaped rear lights, but as you know, the 1980-81 Monte Carlo cars, some of them had used the Mark II shell. So they had the large sort of rectangular, not the disgusting things like I've got on my Series 3, but the ones like you get on a Mirafiori Sport, those type. So you can get aftermarket. If you really want to go accurate, you can get aftermarket replacement lights. Again, if you want to see that, I'll show you that on this channel, because I've got all that resin and that here. You can see all that as well. So that's the most commonly available, which is a 24 scale kit. Then you've got this one here. Now this is the Tamiya kit. I picked up a piece of paper as well. This is the Tamiya kit. And this comes from around about, I think it's 1978, 79, I think it was. I haven't looked, but it's just from memory. It was first produced in Alitalia schemes, as was the real car. Then it was produced in the, you know, the blue stripes, as per the 1980 Monte Carlo rally. And then it was produced in these Fiat Olio Fiat colours. So this was the last iteration. So again, if you're looking at buying a Tamiya Alitalia kit, sorry guys, that's a cough there. Yeah, so if you're looking at buying an old 1/20th scale, sorry, I didn't mention that, this is 1/20th scale, so it's slightly larger. If you're looking at buying an old Alitalia kit from Tamiya, it's very old, the decals will be shot. Some are available with new decals. You can get aftermarket decals if you want to do an Alitalia one. If you want to do an Alitalia car, go and buy one of these, because it's going to be cheaper, and get the Alitalia decals and put them on. Again, this one, all the kits have the larger inner front lights, and they all have the T-shaped rear lights. And as we know for the Monte Carlo car, that's incorrect. They all have, this is an old kit, so it appears to be an old wet sump engine, which was initially thrown out. You know, it's a lovely detailed model. It's a nice size. I will get the body out here. You can see on my hand, you can see it's a nice size, 20th scale. It doesn't really go with anything else, so if you want to build like a little collection of models for your shelf, you're probably better off going for this one, because model cars generally come in 1/24th, 1/26th, sorry, 1/16th, 1/8th, 1/12th. They don't tend to be commonly available in 1/20th. It's an old scale that doesn't really get used anymore, but this is an old kit. So but this is the Olio Fiat version. I don't think it's any longer available, but it has only just stopped production, so there's going to be some left around. They're going to be on Amazon and Jablam and places like that. And it's a lovely model. It's got driver figures in there as well, so which is another thing of the past. They don't tend to do that anymore. And then if you really want to go to town, there's a 12th scale. I'm not going to bother showing you the box because I don't want to get it out. But there's a 12th scale Model Factory Hero one, which I've got. I've done a review on my channel. Go have a look. If I think of it, I'll put a link in the description below. You can go look at that car. It's a 12th scale model, but it's about £500. It's all resin and metal and brass, and not brass, aluminium and photo etch. And oh, it's beautiful. Absolutely stunning. It's too nice to take it out of the box, really. But yeah, very nice. And of course, if you just want to get a model that you can buy and stick on the shelf, there's lots of 18th scale, 24th scale die casts out there. There's even 12th scale die casts out there, but they're not cheap. And if you really want the ultimate in size, then you can go for this one here. This is the Tamiya Fiat RC. So this is a radio control car. Now, I want to do a build of this on the channel from start to finish, so please let me know if you'd like to see it. and I'm going to base that video on for those that have never done one before. So how to paint the body, how to do the chassis, how to do this, that and the other. Excuse me a second, I've got a phone call. Sorry guys, that was Gary from Tiger Hobbies. It's a busy old thing being a YouTube creator. Anyway, so there we are. This is the 1/10 scale Fiat 131 Abarth Rally. It's based on an MF01 chassis, and as I say, I want to build this on the channel and show you every single aspect of the build and then do a video of it being run. I have ordered the upgraded bearings for it because they basically come with either plastic or they're like a phosphor bronze material bush, but I would rather have ball bearings in there. The problem with the bushes is if they spin on the wrong part, they just wear the hub out. So like if the spindle goes through, it's just like a real car. If the bush seizes onto the spindle of the wheel, say, and it spins in the hub, obviously it just wears the hub out, which is the same thing as happens on a real car. So but there we go, that's that one there, and that is currently available from Jadlam, and I've bought this in a big bundle, but I'm going to do a review of it and explain more about the bundle as we move forward. So there we go. And if you're really quick, there's a special price on this. They're doing it for $99.99, 50% off, for just the kit on its own. And as I say, today is October the 16th. I'm not sure when it's coming off, but I think they said it's finishing today. So if you're quick, get on over to Jadlam, you might get yourself a bargain. But then finally, what we've got and what we are going to have a look at building today, this is going to be our first little build on Nigel's 131 channel. This is a CaDA kit. Now this would be great if you're a Fiat enthusiast, or your dad, brother, mother, sister, friend, whatever it is, and they're not into modelling. This would be a great little Christmas gift. It's like Lego. It's a snap together. You can see there's the front view, there's the rear view, and you can see it's an Oleo Fiat 131 Abarth. And it's only $14.99 from Jadlam. Again, there'll be a link down below. It almost sounds like I'm trying to sell for Jadlam. I'm not. It's just that when Matt, who I deal with over at Jadlam, saw that I had a Fiat 131, he suggested doing a little bundle for me. So he's done this bundle. I've got lots and lots of stuff to go with it. And this was also thrown in as well. They haven't given it to me. I've paid for it. So that's why you haven't seen paid promotion. But they did give you a very good price. So yeah, I'm going to be building this on the bench with you in a minute. So if you're not interested, just switch off now and come back for the next video, which will be metalwork. But if you are interested, stick around and we'll see how it goes together. It's a little, it's a 1/24 scale, so it's the same size as this one here. Okay. And it will go with all your other cars if you've got model cars on the shelf and they're 24 scale. It's 254 pieces. It's recommended for 8 years old plus, so I think I'm just okay on that one, just in. You can see it's an official Fiat licensed product, and yeah, it should be a bit of fun. It's all sealed up. I haven't opened it. You can hear it's all rattling around in there, so don't know what it's going to be like, but we can see on the side here we've got some stuff. So I'm going to do a review and build just like I would on my modelling channel. So if you find it interesting, perhaps go on over and have a look at Nigel's modelling bench. You might enjoy it. There have been a lot of car builds on there lately, and I have got a 1/12 scale Lancia Stratos on the go, which you can't see, but it's up there. And I've completely remodeled the bodywork on it because it's in there. He made a right mess of it. So there we go. So I'm going to get to this camera here, which is behind me, onto the bench, which is also behind me, and we'll have a look at this one, see what it's like. Okay, so here we are at the bench. You will see this in the background. This is Brooks Models. Again, I'll put a link in the description below. If you want to get any modelling products like your glues, paints, knives, or whatever, go to brooksmodels.co.uk. And if you spend more than £15, you can add the code NMB10. That's Nigel's Modelling Bench 10, and you'll get 10% off. And if you spend over £50, you get 20% off. So well worth having. Right, so this is this model. As I say, this came from Jadlam, and this is how it is on the modelling channel. We generally get a kit, we have a look at it, we review it, we see what it's like, and then we build it. But this being like a toy almost, we're just going to review it and then just straight away build it. what I'll probably do is turn the sound off, speed the camera up, and then just do like a fast motion build. So looking around the box, you can see we've got lots and lots of recycling information. So we've got France, Belgium, Estonia and Italy, and then there's France again. Okay, nothing for the UK, so there we go. It's made in China. There's the number there. It's imported by the Hobby Company. That's the same people that bring in Tamiya, and you can see here we've got a side-on view there, which is the size of the model, 14.6 centimeters long and 5.9 centimeters high. So it's a decent little size. Right, that's 1-to-1 actual size of the wheels. So let's have a look in here, see what it's like. Oh, there's on the back. There's a view of the back end. We've got the marker and then the Kawasaki markings on there. Got Fiat Abarth. We've got the Fiat symbol, Oleo Fiat. So they've gone to town and got their licensing, or they just haven't bothered. Who knows? So in here we will have bags of parts. Blimey, lots of parts. And what I find generally is with these Lego type kits, they do tend to be very, very well presented with really nice instructions and stuff. So I'm going to put that up there. Is that going to be in the way? That's going to be in the way. We won't bother with that. Right, so we got the instructions here. So we can see the CaDA. Is it CaDA or CADFI? I'm not sure if that's CADFI or CaDA. I'm sure it's CaDA. We shall see. So there's our instructions. Part number is C55035. As I said, it's $14.99. I've seen these things vary a lot in price. They also do a bigger one, I think, which is radio controlled. So have a look at that as well if you want. We've got a Mustang there. We've got a Maserati there and an Audi R8 there. So, right. So, coming into the book. Right, so have they done this the same as Lego, where the bags are numbered? It doesn't look like they are. So this is actually part of the review, isn't it? So we've got separate little bags for clear parts here, which is a really nice touch, because if you watch Moss's channel and you've seen him review some of the Airfix quick build kits like the bus, it all just comes chucked in one bag and everything, the windows all got scratched. But this is all individually bagged. Very, very nice indeed. So you end up with a beautiful looking model like that rather than one with all scratches and gouges in the clear parts. That's very nice indeed. But there's no indication as to what bag is what. Now with Lego, they would tell you there would be like a big A or something on the bag. I'm just going to have a quick look through the instructions. Does it change? You see now we're changing colour here now. Or is this sub-assemblies? I think that's sub-assemblies. But yeah, so I think what we'll do is we'll just go for it. Alright, so what I'm going to do is keep the instructions over here. No, keep the instructions over here. I've also got some good news for you guys. Excuse me, I've just had a message, an email come through. My tubing is being delivered today. I've ordered some tubing, some small tubing for the rear frame. So if I feel a bit better later on, we'll get out in the garage and do a video of that. So see you then. Right, let's get on with this. All right, just before we go to our fast forward bit, I've got the parts out for section A1. Okay, so this is basically, we've got some 3x3s. We've got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We've got a 10x1 and a 10x2. Okay, for that there. And then I've got the parts out for this, and I've got the parts out for this one as well. You can see them here and here. What I've done, I've worked out that the bags are sort of split into categories. So the first big bag is all the sort of larger parts, wheels, tires, all these big pieces. And then the second one is your sort of 2s and 3s, you know, your angle pieces and everything. And then the third one is like your special bits like this, okay? And then the fourth one is the tiny bits, like these little tiny bits here. So that seems to be how it's broken up. There's nothing in the instructions about that I can see, unless there's something in the back. No. But they do have a parts content list there. So what I've done here, is that saying it's pulled forward and backward or something now? I'm not sure. But what I've done here, no, it can't be because it's got no mechanism in it. What I've done here is just put these into these are curry pots, double-sized curry pots from my local Chinese takeaway. Really handy. They're microwave proof. Don't ever throw things like that away. Wash them, save them for your bits and pieces in the garage or on your model bench or whatever you're doing. So there we are. Right, so let's get on with this build and we'll speed the camera up. Okay, I've decided I don't like doing this high-speed stuff because it's I mean, you can speed it up if you want to in the settings down below, but yes, I'd rather have a chat while we're doing it. So here we are, step A9. I've got all the parts out ready. You can see what I'm doing is getting the parts out ready for a complete sheet. So we've got this piece here, and then this is going to clip into there. So clearly that's an axle. All right, and then that is going to go. How is that going down? That's going onto there like that. Okay. So it's leaving a gap in the middle. It's not that clear, but you can see it there. And then moving on to the next bit, we've got one of those. So what is this showing us? We've got one like that. We've got one like that. We've got a single there in the middle. And then we've got this 4 there. And then we've got this block going in there. So there we are. So we've got that now. That's what we've got. And then we've got 2 of these. And these are going to go 1, 2 like that. And then we've got 2 wheel arches. They're pretty, aren't they? And they are going to sit on there like that. And then we've got these little 1 pieces are going to go on the ends there. Just like so. One on there, one on there. Just like that. I think this will probably be the longest video in the Fiat 131 catalogue up to now. But there will be some big ones coming in the future. Once we get that body on a rotisserie, then things really start to take off. Right, let's get over the page and get some more bits out. So we've got these 3 here lined up, and they're going onto this plain black piece here. So that's how they're going, like that. And then we've got this piece here going on the front of there. And then we've got this registration plate, Torino. There we go, there's our Torino registration plate, and then that is going to pop onto there. So that's the rear end pretty much taken care of. Let's give it all a good squeeze and it all levels itself out. Right, now we have this one here. So we've got 4 little single ones. So that's going to go on like that. It's easier said than done. And then this one here is going to go like that. Okay, and that's going to sit. Oh, hang on, I've missed something out here. Got another single one there. You've got to be very careful. You've got to look for these red lines on here. You've got these red lines going around. It's easy to miss stuff out. So that's going to go in there like that. Okay. And that's not sitting out flush. Is it supposed to? Where's the box gone? No, it's supposed to be step back. You can see it there, it's step back, so that's okay. Okay, and then we'll do this one here. So we've got these, that one going onto the bottom of that one there. Just like so. And then that one's going to go onto there like that. And then that one's going to go onto there like that. Make sure you get the right way around. These, you can see these have got these little bits on, and then that's going to slip into there like that. There we go. And you can see we've got the rear end. So we've got the little lamps down there, and we've got the parts of our T-shaped rear lights. Over the page, let's get some bits out. Alright, so we've got first step here is to add these corner finishing pieces. So we've got Fiat Abarth on there, as you can see. There we go. That's going like that. And then we've got these pieces here. So again, you've got to look for these red lines on the drawing. So you can see you've got one in the middle, just like that. And then we've got two either, one either side, should I say. So that's our rear end boxed off there. And then we've got 6 of these here. We're going to put them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. And then here we've got the what looks like the boot lid. So that's going like that, and then we've got one plain piece going in there like that, and then we've got the single, the double. That's going to be for the rear spoiler, isn't it? And the single, got a dotty hair there. There we are. So that's that done. That was quick. Over the page and onto the next line. Right. Sharper eye dimension. You'll notice I put those pieces on backwards, so I've now taken it all apart, turned them round. We've now got those lovely rear lights. You can tell straight away that's a Fiat 131 Abarth now. So well, you can see that's a Fiat 131. Now this spoiler, this was interesting. You can see we've got 3 parts here going onto this piece here, and it was all assembled. That was all assembled already. So maybe they do it because they forgot to tell us to use that piece there. But they're showing it going down there, and it doesn't have that orange piece on it. That's a bit weird. It comes assembled on there. Maybe they're telling you to take it off. Maybe they actually want you to take it off of there. Okay. and then put that down on here. Like that. That's what they're telling you. Okay, okay, okay. Right, I get it now. Those exhausts could be positioned. They even got the exhaust right, you know, the twin smaller diameter exhaust. It's really cool. Right, so then this lot over here, we have this piece here and what are we doing here? Okay, we've got a single. Hang on a second. Okay, that was the tubing for the 131. Right, so we have one of these going on here, like this, and then we have one of these going on here like this. All right, and then we have a plain one going on there, like that, and then this is all going to sit down on there, like that. Okay, so we've got to make two of those. So like that, like that, like that, like that. If you notice as well, this car is black. Now apparently these little Fiats, right, I've got the wrong piece here. This is what they're showing you here. You can see they've got this, they're showing you not to have one with the center pip in it. So what I've got to do is find a plain one without the center pip. There we go. So put that one back in there, and then that will go on there. It's one of those models, if you built another one after this, once you start to understand their code, you get on a lot faster. So that is going to go up under there, like that, and then that one is going to go up under there, like that. There we go. Right, then moving on. Two of these, he's going to sit flat on the bench, and then we've got this one here is going to go on there like that, and then this 3 is going to connect them together, and then we've got this piece here going like that. So there they're showing it the other way around, but this was a little bit confusing, but they're just showing the same thing the other way around. And then here we've got another one of these. We've got two of these. They're going to go on like that. There. And then this is going to go on like that there, and then this one here is going to go on like that there, and then this one here is going to come in from behind and go on like that. Okay, and then we'll turn the page and we're probably going to fit this. Nope, we've still got more to do. Oh, these are for the sides. Okay, so that's A22. So that's one door. I'm not sure which is which. So I'm going to get the bits out for this slot here. Right, so we're just going to basically do the same thing again. So we've got two of those going down like that. This is for the other door. And then we've got a single going there. We've got a 3 going there. A 3x1, should I say. And then we've got that 4x2 going on the back there. Okay, so that's just like that, and then here we've got a single one like that with two of these on it, just like so, and then that's going to go onto there and then onto there. Worth noting, I actually didn't notice it because I'm concentrating on what I'm saying to you guys, but the writing on here, the Marco Elaine Kivamaki bit, is actually forward, and on this one it's the other way, so make sure you get the right ones. So that's going to go like that, and then this is going to go, let's check on the other side, it's going to go on the back just like that, and then we are going to fit these doors. So that one is going to go on there like that, and that one is going to go on there like that. So that's coming together nicely. And then here finally we've got these two little bits here. We've got these sort of pivots. I don't know what these are going to be for. These are like little pivots for suspension units and stuff. So we can turn the page and then get the bits out for that bit there. So there we are. That's looking good. So it looks like I've got another parcel I'm expecting, which I missed yesterday because I was in the garage. But it looks like we may get out of the garage and do something a bit later. So see you then. All right. So we got some complex little bits here. So we got, first of all, you can see this one has a little 3 by it. I think that means it goes over 3 pegs. Okay. So that one's going into. So it's leaving 2 in front and 2 behind. So that one's going to go into there like that. And then that little single one or double one is going to go in there like that. So that's that bit there done. And then we are going to fit, let's take this one here and we're going to put this double on there and the single on there and that doubler on there, and then drop that in behind. I was thinking these bits here, maybe they're a roll cage. So that's going to drop down into there, he says. It's a snug fit, but it does go. There we go. This would be a great little thing to build with your son or your daughter or whatever on Christmas afternoon when your belly's all full, you don't feel like doing much. Right, so here we go. We've got this piece here going on to this piece here. You can see that there. We've got the single 4 going up. Then we've got this block here going on like that with a single shiny piece at the bottom. And then we've got these pieces here going over the top like that. I can really assume this is going to be interior. So that's going, this is the back of the seats, yeah. So that's going down onto there, like that. Okay. Right, over the page and we'll do some more. Not much further to go now, I don't think, guys. Alright, back for more fun. So how is this all going together? This isn't very clear, is it? So we can see that the steering wheel is going to pop onto there, like so. Oh, okay, so we've got a doubler here. Again, look for these red lines, guys, that's your clue. So we've got a doubler going in there, whoops. And then a single next to it. And then we have the steering wheel going onto there, so she's left-hand drive this one, and the speedo, the gauge is going over here. So there you are, there's your interior. Hey, it's good, isn't it? Okay, and then moving on to this section here, we have a block of 3 there with this one going on top. And then again, look for the red lines. We have a 3 by 2 there and a 2 by 2 there. And then this is going to go onto the top at the back, just like so. Right, over the page, let's see what comes next. Hang on, we've got this one, I've missed this one out here, jumping head. So we've got this one here, and we've got these little pieces here with the forward facing pegs on them, going like that, just like that, and then that is going to clip onto the front, and that's going to hold our front end in place, just like so. Coming over the page, we've got to do the front axle, so this should be simple to do. We've got an axle in there, we've got an axle in there, and then we've got, were they in this one? No, we're in this one where I was just now. That one there and that one there. So we're going to put that one in there, just like so. we're going to clip that one in there, just like so. And then we're going to fit these onto our front, and they're going to go something's not right here. It's like the axle's in the way. Okay, what have I done wrong? I've done something wrong here. I've put that on top. It should have gone underneath. Cool, you've got to be so sharp with these instructions. Okay, and that goes like that. And then we've got to get these parts out here. So I'll get the rest of the parts out. See you back in a bit. Right, so we've done that. We've got the 3 and everything. So we've got a 3 and that one going there, and then we've got a single going up underneath. That's going to stick out the front, and then that one's going to go there like that. Okay, so that's going to then stick onto the front like that. And then we have a wheel arch. We have 2 wheel arches. So we are going to put one like that on there, one like that on there. Do the same on the other side. I haven't got all the parts here, have I? So we want 2 of those. Come here, 2 of those, and we also want 2 of these. So, and then with this we are going to put, so with this side we're going to put one under here like that, and then one on there. I've got the wrong piece there. These pieces will look so similar. And then on this one we're going to do the opposite. So we'll put that one under there, and then that one on the top of there, just like that. There we go. And then we are going to fit these wheel arches onto the front of our 131, just like so. And then that's going to hold on our front grille and headlamps and everything across there. Right, over the page we go. Right, we're getting there now. So we have, I should have 2 of those 4s, not one. Let's get another one out. Okay, so we're going to basically put them like that. And then we're going to put one behind and one in front, like so. Then moving along here, we've got the singular yellow in the middle. Again, I should have got 2 of those L pieces out. So there's one, come here, there's one there, and then we've got that going on there like that, and that one going on there like that. Okay, and then we've got this here, so we've got the CaDA on the end, the plain one next to it, sorry, like that. And then we've got one going there like that, and then one, I keep putting them upside down, idiot, like that. So that's our front spoiler by the look of things. And then here we have, what have we got here? We're going to put really 2 of these. They've only got 1 because I'm a muppet. Oh, come here. Right, 2 of those, just like so. And then we're going to put that, that's going to face downwards. That's what that's trying to. Is that an indicator? Is that the yeah, these are the lower spotlights, aren't they? Two of these. Just like that. So there's our clear spotlights. Alright. Make sure they're right on. They're sort of funny angles. And then we're going to click that onto there like that. So there's our front end, and then we've got two pieces here going in. So what have we got here? Ah, right, okay, I've done it wrong. It's showing you here that's going into the bottom. I did it on there, it's got to go into there. So it's got to sit between the wheel arches and go in there like that. There we are. And then this is going to go on the top here. That one's going to go there. And then that 6-piece, 3x3, is going to go there like that. So you can see we've started to get a Fiat 131 coming together now. Right. Let's get these bits out and get on with that. Lots of bits now. We're going to speed things up because I think you're probably getting bored. Right, so that's going to go onto there like that. Alright, and then that's going to go into there. Okay, so there's our number plate fitted. Then we've got this assembly here. So we've got a 6 there. So we've got these two doubles going on the ends. No doubt this is the grille and the headlights. I've done it wrong again. I keep doing this wrong. That little one goes on the end. It's 7 wide, not 6 wide. Okay, so that's going to go like that. And then this is going to go in the middle. Just like so. And then this little grille is going to go in there. And then we've got 4 headlight lenses. Now we're looking at 131, aren't we? This is like the French or the early versions where you had the single-sized headlights, which look really nice actually. I might even do mine in that, like that. I don't know, we shall see. So they've gone like that, and then we're coming down to here. So we've got these 3 little singles here. So they are sitting like that, and you've got a Fiat, Abarth badge there. I assume this is the front of the hood, the bonnet. And then that is going to go in like that. Whoops, no, I got that off center. That's going to go like that. Okay. And then this is going to drop down onto there like that. So there we go. Now we're looking like a Fiat 131 Abarth, aren't we? So we'll turn the page. And then we will go onto here. So we've got this one there going there. Terminal velocity. Whatever that's all about. And then that's going to go. I've got terminal velocity backwards. It's going like that. So this is obviously the typical of a 131 Abarth intake. There, just like so. And then we have these little decorative pieces to go on the hood. So we're going to have one like that, one like that. It's going to give us a nice smooth hood, bonnet, and then one like that. One little single in there, that corner piece in there, and to finish off we'll have that piece in there. So there's the front of our Fiat 131 Abarth. Right, and then next we're going to fit the windscreen, which I've kept in its bag so it doesn't get scratched. So that's going to go like, oh, this is the rear screen, sorry. This is the rear screen. So that's going to go like that on there. So that is, those bars, they are replicating the roll cage. Okay, so there's our rear screen fitted in there. And then we've got this roof spoiler piece. So we're going to basically put one in there like that, one in there like that, and then that is going to go onto there like so. So we've got our roof spoiler there for the 131. Okay, over the page, we'll get some more bits off. All right, last little bit now. You'll probably be pleased to know. As I say, if you want to see any more modelling, not this type of thing, but actual scale modelling, let me know and we'll go from there. I've done that wrong. That's going to go on the edge there. We're going to leave a gap in the middle and that's going to go there. Okay, and then we're coming along to the next bit. We've got an antenna mount. And then we've got these two plain singles there. This is our yellow roof coming together now. And then we've got the antenna mount going on there. Just like so. And then we've got our antenna clicking into there. There we go. Nice, isn't it? Right, so that's going like that. And now, moving along, we have these side windows which I've taken out of their bags. Worth noting they package these separately. It's really nice touch that they put the clear parts in separate bags so they don't get scratched. So we've got that one there with a yellow piece on the front, so that's going to be the front of the roof, or the back of the roof perhaps. And then on the other side we're going to do it the other way round, so that one's going to go on there. And then these two bits, these two ledges will go on the bottom, like that. Okay, and then we are going to attach this to the roof, like so. There we are. I'm assuming this is the front. And then this is going to pop down over the seats, clip down like that. It's your roof spoiler, isn't that lovely? Right, and then coming along here we have the windscreen, which I've kept in its bag so it doesn't get scratched. So we are going to sit the windscreen. So we've got some little pieces here, so we've got to work out how this is all going to go. So that's like that underneath the front corner. And then we've got those ledges like we had on the side windows there. So they're going like that, and then that's going to go like that under that front corner. And then these little wedge pieces are going to be your door mirrors. They've thought of everything here, haven't they? Okay, so that's going to be your little door mirrors there, and that is going to be, come on, go on, here we go. That's going to be the front corners of the roof, just like that. Then we'll come over the page, and we're going to drop this down on, just like so. Careful with the brittle parts, they kept the clear parts, they can be a little brittle. And then we've got this panel going in the roof there. That's going to bring it all together. So there you can see there's your 131 Abarth. And then we've got 4 tyres, 4 wheels. We've actually got lettering on the tyres. Same both sides, so it doesn't matter which way they go on. Alright, so there's 1. There's 2. There's 3. What I'm going to have to do, guys, is find a place for this to go in the garage, so that when I'm videoing you'll see it. Right, and then these wheels are just going to pop on. Okay, they've got there's a square, it's like an X and an X shape on the axle shaft, so they're going to grip on like that, just like so. And there we go, over the page, and that's it. It's done. It's telling us to push it backwards and forwards and have a play with it. We've got 1 piece spare, and that was the piece underneath, was that lot there, wasn't it? No, that's that rear spoiler. So they obviously clip it together to print that, and then just leave it together because it's cheaper to do that than have someone take it apart. So there we go. If you want a nice tall spoiler, you could leave that on there and have it that bit higher as well. But there we are. That's our little 131 Abarth. I think it's great that we have a Chinese, basically a Chinese toy manufacturer, has gone to the trouble of making a 131 Abarth. Maybe the 131 Abarth has got a future. Maybe, you know, think people are starting to really appreciate them, how good they were, because they were bloody amazing. Anyway, that's enough for that one. So that has been video 39, I think. Please, as I say, let me know if you've enjoyed that or if you absolutely hated it. Don't be worried, just don't be rude. You don't need to be obnoxious. But if you'd rather just see the car and none of this, or you want to see a mix, I can do some book reviews as well. Whatever. Just let me know what you want. Tell me what you want, and we'll go from there. But as I say, please let me know either way. If you want to see some more modelling, then say. If you don't want any more modelling, then say, and the majority wins. Okay? Thank you for watching. Bye for now. Oh, by the way, before I go, as I said, this is available from Jadland. I'll put a link in the description below. $14.99. Great bit of fun. That's probably been like an hour I've had with that. So, you know, you can imagine if you're Christmas afternoon or whatever, or having a weekend with the grandchildren, whatever, your grandson, then it'll be a good 2 or 3 hours to get this together. And at the end of it, you'll have a good little sturdy toy car you can play with. And very nice it is too. That's lovely. Right, see you all soon. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.